that you're missing me, and your heart starts to wonder where on the surface.
Luke's Wings is a great charity that helps the men and women who bravely fight for our country and bring them together with their family in their time of need. Later on this month, you can help Luke's Wings give back and enjoy a special night of fashion and fun. Fletcher Gill is here from Luke's Wings, and he brought along Vanessa Chism. She's the wife of Army medic Cody Chism, who has been helped by the organization, and another special guest, Sophia. Your first time on TV, right? So this is a great moment for your family. She's so sweet. Vanessa, I want to start with you because we were talking about Luke's Wings, and Luke's Wings has been on the show a lot about what they do for you and your family. Now, your husband was injured when, and what happened?
Well, his was different than most. He is suffering from PTSD.
Okay.
And so once he got back, he suppressed it for almost a year, and finally just hit a point where he knew he had to get help.
Did you know something was going on with Cody?
Yes, the day he come back.
And what did you see was
he was
different in
just
your
different.
husband?
He's completely different. The way he reacted to situations, he wasn't social. He didn't want even to have friends at our house. He was just very secluded, didn't want to be around people. So.
Were you pushing him to get help, or how did you go about it?
I was, but he didn't want to admit that there was a problem. Because it's very difficult for someone, he's a staff sergeant, so he had soldiers under him, and it was just difficult for him to say there's a problem. So finally he did.
You hear about PTSD a lot more these days, but it's something, as you said, there's pride that gets in the way.
Yes.
To even talk about it. How was he received? She can walk around if she wants. How was he received in the medical community? I mean, it's changing now, the treatment for it, but years ago, there really wasn't a lot of help.
Right, and they have helped a lot. There's a lot of therapy and a lot of new, they're still doing a lot of research to discover different ways to help these soldiers. For him, he's gotten better with therapy and really doing group therapy and realizing that he's not the only one, that there are a lot of soldiers who suffer from this.
Being not the only one, I think, is a huge deal. So he's getting help over at Walter Reed here in town. Where are you guys from originally?
Originally from Perry, Florida.
Okay. Yeah. And so you're freezing up here right now.
Yes, yes.
And how did y'all come to meet? Fletcher, how did you meet this family?
We actually met this family through a referral from another family that we help, Todd Landon and his family. Todd's actually been on the show with us before. I think it's important to note that Cody was an Army medic.
Yes.
And so he was on over 100 combat missions. You know, and it's one thing to see your friends die in battle. It's another to be the person responsible for saving their lives and then having them die in your arms. So that's something that, you know, he's dealing with above and beyond what most of our service members deal with. And you know, we just really hope for the best for him and for the family. And we've brought a lot of the family members in last year and this year around Christmas time.
And I don't think a lot of people realize that so many things are covered in the military for the great things our soldiers do, but when they are injured or they need help, like your husband, and need to go where the services are, like at Walter Reed, you know, or in Bethesda where these great doctors are to help them, it doesn't cover the cost of your airline ticket to get to D.C. or Sophia, the hotel room you need to stay in, right?
Right.
So that's where Luke's Wings comes in, and how do you fund all this?
Well, we fund it through fundraisers like the one we're doing next Friday at the Adams Morgan Mansion, and through our corporate sponsors like Man Machine Systems Assessment and Point One and Verico Technologies and all the other great companies that support us monthly, annually. And then, you know, at our specific events like next week, donations on our website, ticket buyers, you know, really every which way we can.
People helping out. Vanessa, how long have you had to be in town with the treatment
we
and everything?
have been here for about 18 months.
Wow.
We're at the end stage now, hopefully, so we won't be here long.
Are you seeing a difference?
Oh, yes.
In your husband?
Yeah. Yeah.
You're getting him back?
It's a slow process, but he's coming back. Yeah.
Now, when this happened, how many years ago? How old was Sophia?
She was a year old when he came back. Well, no, she was a year and a half.
So you really had a lot on your plate. You had a little one running around.
Well, I have a 9-year-old too.
Oh goodness.
So, yes.
Is the 9-year-old still in Florida, or did you?
No, he's here as well.
He is up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So he's here, And actually, Luke's Wings was able to bring up my mom and little brother and sister,
That's wonderful.
who I haven't seen at Christmas in 8 years. So
That is
a
awesome
great day.
that it can be helped. That is
Yes.
great. What would you tell, before we go, another Army wife or Army husband, if they see these signs, what they should do? Because I think people probably see signs and think, well, he or she's coming back. It's normal. What isn't normal?
It is normal at first, but if it's not getting better, and if they are not talking, I think a lot of Cody, we left as soon as he got back. So he wasn't around the people he deployed with. He wasn't there to talk to them, I mean, the Army debriefs you, but you have to go through that process on your own as well. And if you don't see it getting better, then encourage them to get help.
Talk to somebody.
Yes. And if it gets to a point where they don't, then that's what, you may have to get involved and say, to their chain of command, and which every Army wives know what that is. So,
Right, exactly.
So, yeah.
Vanessa, thanks for coming in and sharing. Sophia, thanks for being here. She's like, you're talking to me? Fletcher, good to see you again.
Always.
I want to tell everybody about the event. Fashion Takes Flight happens on Friday the 28th at the Adams Morgan Mansion. I'm going to be there helping out. The doors open for general admission at 8 o'clock that night. Tickets can be purchased in advance, of course. Actually, they need to be purchased in advance, right,
Yes,
Fletcher?
they do. Yep.
So all the information's there. Thank you all for being here. Still to come on the show, a story of past secrets and lies. Mel will talk to the author of These Things Hidden.